Gecko, scientifically known as Pallas gecko, belongs to the order of lizards and is often called four-legged snake or bobby lizard in southwest my country. Its body is flat, and its epidermis is covered with fine granular scales, interspersed with wart-like protrusions. The ends of its limbs have specialized bulging structures, and the bottom is covered with glandular villi, forming special adsorption organs, which enable it to climb freely on various smooth surfaces. This creature has typical nocturnal characteristics. It hides in dark corners such as wall cracks and eaves during the day, and begins to actively forage after nightfall. In the evenings of summer and autumn, they are often seen on walls and electric poles illuminated by lights. They mainly feed on mosquitoes, moths and spiders, and are extremely beneficial ecological regulators. There are two main historical origins for the origin of the title Pallas gecko. According to the records of natural history of the Qin dynasty, the ancients used cinnabar to feed geckos, and when they turned red, they were ground into powder and used as a mark of women's chastity. Hence the name. Another explanation is that geckos are often seen in palace buildings. The ancients regarded them as spiritual creatures guarding the palace, so they gave them the beautiful name of palace guard. Geckos have a unique escape mechanism. When encountering danger, they can actively cut off their tails to survive. This physiological phenomenon is called self-cutting behavior in biology. Because the nerve cells of the broken tail are still active, it will continue to twist to confuse predators and win precious escape time for the gecko. This exquisite self-protection method shows the wonderful wisdom of natural selection. When raising palace guards, you need to pay attention to their nocturnal characteristics. There is no need for strong light exposure. Ordinary lighting equipment can be used to simulate the alternation of day and night. The breeding environment should choose a low box with good ventilation. Spray regularly to maintain moderate humidity, and adjust the bedding as the individual grows. If abnormalities are found, seek medical attention in time. Temperature control needs to be maintained in the range of 20 to 32 degrees Celsius. The temperature difference between day and night cannot be ignored. The temperature difference still needs to be maintained when heating in winter. It is recommended to use bottom heating and use a heating pad to promote digestion, but direct contact should be avoided. Daily humidity management is relatively simple. Spraying water on the box wall in the morning and evening is enough. Only during molting, the humidity of the environment needs to be increased. You may know that lizards will break their tails to survive, but this is not the result of passive pulling, but a defense mechanism they actively initiate. When in danger, lizards can achieve autonomous tail breaking at the preset breaking point through precise muscle contraction. This physiological mechanism, called self-cutting, is an exquisite survival strategy formed by evolution. Lizards have a special structure in their tails. When broken, blood vessels and nerves will automatically close, effectively preventing blood loss. The tail separated from the body can still remain active to confuse predators. This is not a simple passive break, but a tail-breaking tactic actively implemented by lizards at critical moments. Do lizards feel pain when their tails are broken? Studies have shown that this pain does exist but is relatively mild. In the long process of evolution, the sensitivity of the nerve endings in the lizard's tail has been significantly reduced. When the tail is broken, the nervous system will immediately activate the protection mechanism to effectively inhibit the transmission of severe pain. This exquisite physiological regulation ensures that they can maintain their mobility when escaping, and maximize their survival instinct. The direct impact of tail amputation on lizards cannot be ignored: impaired balance, reduced energy reserves, and increased risk of predation. However, what is amazing is that most lizards have amazing regenerative abilities and can grow a replacement tail within a few months. Although the regenerated tail is usually shorter and thicker, and is composed of cartilage tissue inside, it is slightly inferior to the original one, but it is enough to cope with daily activities. From the perspective of survival strategy, this is undoubtedly a precious life-saving skill given by biological evolution. Survival by tail amputation seems magical, but it is actually costly. This special defense mechanism mainly exists in the evolutionary process of species with smaller bodies and frequent predation. For large animals, similar limb amputation behavior may cause fatal blood loss, which is completely contrary to their survival rules. Therefore, the ability to self-cut is actually the ultimate means of survival developed by weak creatures under cruel natural selection.